Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachati Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachati Yamuna Tira Vanachati Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gospat Paravangja Paribrajagacharya Sattva Sadasyamal Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavandi ki Jai Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Se Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai Sri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Girigavardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Dham ki Jai Navadvip Dham ki Jai Ganga Mai ki Jai Jamuna Mai ki Jai Tulasi Devi ki Jai Bhakti Devi ki Jai Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. All glories to the Asambhava Lord. All glories to the Asambhava Lord. All glories to the Asambhava Lord. Thank you very much.
Bhagavatam, 7th Canto, 5th Chapter, Text number 31, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on October 4th, 1975, on the island of Mauritius.
Durashayaji Vairathamanina Andhadakhandhi Rupaniyamana Tepi Visatantra Urudami Bandha. The people in general, especially in this age, they do not know what is the goal of life. And still they are leaders. That is the defect of the modern civilization. It is the defect of material world, but especially in this Kali Yuga, it is the most abominable fallen age, just like there are different seasons in the year. Summer, rainy season, then winter season, autumn, spring, like that. So, formerly, in the Satyayuga, people used to live for 100,000 of years. Then, in the Treta Yuga, they used to live for 10,000 years. And in the Dwapar Yuga, they used to live for 1,000 years. That is the maximum. And in the Kali Yuga, they can live up to 100 years. That is also not completed. With the advancement of Kali Yuga, the duration of life, bodily strength, memory, mercifulness, religious sense, in this way everything will be reduced. And the duration of life will be reduced so much so that it is stated in the Bhagavad that if a man lives for 20 to 30 years, he will be considered as a grand old man. And there will be not available, especially rice, wheat, milk, sugar. These are stated. This is Kali Yuga. So, the nature of this material world is that without knowing the goal of life, they become leaders. Material world, especially in this age, they do not know what is the goal of life. They do not know what he is. That is the defect. Dehatma buddhi. Everyone all over the world, they are thinking in terms of this body. Accidentally, somehow or other, because I have got this Indian body, I am thinking I am Indian. And another person, he has got the American body from America. This land also we have demarcated. That is also our creation. Otherwise, the land belongs to God. We have created this. This is America, this is India, this is England, this is Germany. But actually, every land, sea, sky belongs to God. Ishavashamidam sarvam, that is Vedic civilization. Everything belongs to God. Ishavashamidam sarvam. That is Krishna consciousness. People should be free to move in Krishna consciousness. Everything actually belongs to Krishna. But we have got restrictions because we see this is America, this is India, this is... They have been described here as andha jathandhai rupaniyamana. These leaders are themselves blind and they are leading other blind men. General public, they are blind and the leaders are also blind. Andha jathandhai rupaniyamana. Why they are blind? Because they do not know what is the aim of life. Nati vidu. Nati vidu. Sarthakating. Everyone is self-interested. That's very good. You are self-interested, I am self-interested. So, that is, but you do not know what is your self-interest. Therefore you are blind. That is described here, that these blind leaders, they do not know. Well, they have especially mentioned andha jathandhi upaniyaman. The leaders, they lead others. So, then jajjad acharati shrestha tattadeva itarijana. Leaders are responsible because jajjat acharati shrestha, those who are leaders, whatever they do, they perform, common men follow them. Therefore they must be very perfect.
Common men follow the leaders. If the leaders are themselves imperfect, then what will be the position of the common man? So, here it is said that because the leaders, they do not know what is the aim of life, what is the goal of life, therefore, common man, people in general, they are being misguided. They are being misguided. Suppose a blind man leads some other blind man, what will be the result? Both of them will meet danger. That is the result. Because why they are doing very nicely with great cautiousness? No, but they do not know that they are bound up by the laws of nature. Stepi ishatantra urudam nibaddha. They cannot divert their attention or deviate from the laws of nature. That is not possible. So they are under the laws of nature. They do not know why the laws of nature are acting in a different way, against their will. Suppose I do not wish to die. Why laws of nature forcing me to die? Nobody wants to die. So you cannot surpass the laws of nature. Therefore Krishna presents in the Bhagavad Gita that you are trying to solve the problems of life, but here are the real problems of life. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dusanu darshanam. The real problem is that there is death, there is birth, there is old age, and there is disease. This is real problem. That problem is due to this material body. Therefore, our real problem is that we have got this material body, but we have no sense that within this material body, I am the spirit soul divine. So how to get out of this material body and again revive our spiritual body? Spiritual body is already there. How to become free from the bondage of this material body and become free again in spiritual life? That is real problem. That they do not. Who knows? Bring any big leaders, ask him, do you know what is the problem of life? They do not know. Therefore it is said, Nate vidu sat gatim Vishnu. Therefore, this movement, Krishna consciousness movement, is preaching back to Godhead. Not go forward for meeting again and again birth, death, old age and disease. That this portion of problem we have already discussed yesterday. Punah charvita charvanana. Punah charvita charvanana means chewing the chew. You have got in sugar cane many quantity. If somebody chewed the sugar cane, took out the juice, and the remnants is thrown away, what will get by chewing again that remnant? So, punah charvita charvanana. By our activities, we are being placed under the laws of material nature. Patita kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvas. Infecting different modes of material nature. Just like if you infect, that this morning some medical officer came to inject me about the yellow fever. So, why this injection, vaccine against the disease? That means if I infect this yellow fever, I will have to suffer. Similarly, the modes of material nature are three, Satagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. And as we are infecting ourselves with the three kinds of modes of material nature, we are getting different types of body. Karanam gunasangasya sadasat janma yodishu. I am put into these laws of material nature, and as I am acting under the influence of different modes of material nature, I am getting a type of body. That is my material position. Bhutta bhutta praliyate tatha dehantara prapti dhira satta namayate. We have to change this body. Death means changing body. We are changing body. Every moment, every second, are getting a new body, imperceptibly. And the last change of this body is taken as death, transmigration of the soul. But nobody knows what kind of change is going to happen in my next body or next life. But there is change of body. Dehantara prapti, just like I was a child. Now I have got another body. The body is changed. Similarly, when this body will be finished, then I will get another body. This is a fact. If we cannot understand, then we have to take it from authority to understand, because understanding means taking knowledge from the authority. So Krishna says, Dehinasmin jatha dehi kaumara jovanam jara tatha dehantara prapti. Dehantara prapti is there, information. So how can he deny that there is no life after there is? But nobody is caring to understand what is my next life is going to happen today. I am maybe in a very big position, and tomorrow, if I am going to be a tree, here we are sitting very comfortably in this room. Just a few years after there is a tree, he cannot move an inch even, and he has to stand there in cyclone, in scorching heat, in everything. Why? We are both of us, we are living entities. Why he has got this body, I have got this body, and one may have better body than me. Why? There are so many 8,400,000 species of life and different positions. Why? There is no such inquiry. There is no such knowledge. Therefore, they have been described here as andha, blind. They do not know the goal of life, that we are part and parcel of God, mamaivangsha jiva bhuta. Somewhere or other, we have come in material contact. Now, it is our duty to get out of these laws of material, ishatantra, under certain condition. Just like under certain condition, a criminal is put into the prison house. So it is his duty to know that I have committed this criminal activity, therefore I have been put into this jail or prison life. Somehow or other complete it and let me decide not to commit again any criminal act so that I may be put again into prison life. This is intelligence. Similarly, we should be educated how we have been put into this material conditional life and how we can get out of it, and then again in our spiritual life we can go back to home, back to Godhead. That should be the aim of life. But nate vidu, they do not know. Nate vidu, sarthadatim. The progress should be towards Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of God. Back to home, back to God. They do not know. Why? Because durasaya. They are thinking that we shall make adjustment in this material life and we shall be happy. Durasayaji bohiratam. Bohi means external. This material world is the external energy of God. And the spiritual world is the internal energy of God. So we are in the external energy of God. The external energy of God means, although we are eternal, we have to accept different types of body according to our desire, according to our tendency to enjoy this material world. Therefore, that facility is given in this material world. In the spiritual world, there is only one aim. They are all eternal servitors of the Supreme Personality of God. They have no other desire. That is spiritual world. So you can transform this material world into spiritual world if you have got only aim to please the Supreme Personality of God. Then it can be transformed into spiritual world. Although spiritual world is differently situated, parastasmat bhavayanna bhaktya bhaktya sanatana. There is another nature which is spiritual world. They have no information, but we get information from Bhagavad Gita and other Shastras. The spiritual world is still bigger. This material world is the 1/4 of the God's creation. And the spiritual world is the 3/4. It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Ekanshena sthitu jagat. When Arjuna inquired about Krishna's vibhuti, his opulence, he summarized, Atava bahunaitena kingyatena tavarjuna vishtabhya idam krishnam ekanshena sthitu jagat. My dear Arjuna, how long I shall describe you about my opulence? I summarize it that this material world is only 1/4 manifestation of my opulence. Ekanshena sthitu. This material world means we have got experience about this universe up to the sky, as far as we can see the horizon. This is one universe. And there are millions of universes like this. That is stated in the Brahma Samhita. That Jasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti kotishu asesha vasudhadi vibhuti bhinnam. Jasya prabha, the Lord's effulgence, is Brahma effulgence. Within that Brahma effulgence, there are innumerable universes. Jagadanda koti. Jagadanda means this Brahmanda. Anda, it is round, it is not flat. Anda, just like egg. Koti. Koti means innumerable. And in each universe, Jasya prabha prabhavatu jagadanda koti, kotishu asesa vasudhadi. In each Brahmanda, there are unlimited number of planets and stars. Asesa vasudhadi. Vibhuti bhinnam. And each planet is differently situated. Each planet has got specific the atmosphere, specific arrangement, just like the sun globe. The sun globe is fiery. The moon planet, it is very pleasing. There is also fire, but it is surrounded by cold atmosphere. Therefore it is very pleasing. So, vibhuti bhinnam, every planet has got different atmosphere. And each and every planet, there are different kinds of living entities, just suitable for that atmosphere. Don't think that in the sun planet there is no life. There is also life. If there is no life, how Krishna says that imam vivasate juvang praktavan ahamabhyam. Vivasate means the king of sun planet is known as Vivasa. So Krishna spoke with him. So how you can say there is no life? So this is material world. Many millions of universes. In another place it is said, Jasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanatha. So we have to take information from the authoritative literature. What is the position of this material world, the spiritual world, God, and His relationship with us, our position. This is real knowledge, and not that a knowledge that how to live. Living condition is fulfilled by the nature's way. There are 8,400,000 different forms of living entities. They are not concerned how to eat, how to sleep. They know by nature's arrangement, there is already arrangement. Just like the birds in the morning, they rise up early in the morning And they are not concerned where they will eat. They know there is already arrangement for eating. The elephants in Africa, they know that God has already arranged for their eating, 40 kilos at a time. The ants within the room, they know that there is already arrangement. So if God has arranged for everyone 8 million different species of life or forms of life, why not for human being? There is arrangement. But in human being is advised to do certain things. They must do it. Then there is no question of scarcity. There is everything is arranged there. Just like Krishna says, Annad bhavanti bhutan. You produce your food grains so that the animals and the man both will be happy. But if you don't produce food grains, if you produce sugar cane, then how they will be satisfied? Food grains must be produced. That is the injunction of the Shastra. So Jasastra vidhimussita vartate kamakal. If you do not follow the instruction of the Shastra, Shastra means the instruction of God, then no siddhing savai. Such civilization will never be perfect. No siddhing savai, no sukham, neither they will be happy, no parangati, neither they will be elevated back to home, back to God. This is the defect. Therefore, we should try to understand what is the goal of life. But that we do not know. Nati vidu shastra gatin. No. By their own blind intelligence, they are trying to adjust things within this material world, and they are being failure repeatedly. Still they have no sense. So those who are actually leaders of the society, they should be sensible. They should take advice, instruction from the most perfect personality, Krishna, and adjust things. Then they will be happy. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Are we sure that you are right to
I'm sure we are right in what we are saying.
Are you sure that you are right? I'm sure.
Hare Krishna. So in the beginning, Prabhupada told that what is the defect of the modern civilization, especially this Kali Yuga.
Of the modern civilization is they do not know what is the aim of the life or what is the goal of the life.
That is only one more. They don't know what is the goal of life, still what is the defect. If they don't know the goal of life, then what is the defect? In Kali Yuga.
We need to grow beyond the bodily consciousness.
They don't know the goal of life, so what is the problem? In the mic. Mic, tell the mic.
They don't know the goal of life and still they
Yeah, they don't know the goal of life, still they are leader, that's the defect. Reward. So then Prabhupada actually gave in each yuga what is the maximum duration of life. So can somebody tell what is the maximum duration Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga? Which is supposed to be. It is not like that now. Prabhuji.
In Satyuga it was 1 lakh years. In Treta Yuga it is 10,000 years. In Dwapara Yuga it is 1,000 years. And in Kali Yuga it is 100 years, and even that also will never be fulfilled.
Haribo. So with the advancement of Kali Yuga, what all things are reducing? Prabhupada told certain things are reducing with the progress of Kali Yuga. What are they?
So Prabhupada was explaining that our memory and the bodily strength and religious service, everything gets reduced.
Okay, one thing is missing, mercifulness. Haribo. So as the Kali Yuga advances, the bodily strength, memory, mercifulness and religious sense in people reduces. And Prabhupada told a time will going to come that a man will be considered old in how many years? I don't know.
20 30 years.
Haribo. So just being at 20 and 30 years old, a person will be considered as grand old man. And with the progress of Kali Yuga, certain necessities of life will not also not be available. What are they? Certain necessities of life. In the mic. In the mic.
Rice, milk, wheat and sugar.
Yeah, Haribo. Correct. So because of Dehatma Buddhi, all over the world they are thinking in terms of the body. And they have demarcated different lands also, that this land belongs to us, that land belongs to them, this is England, this is Germany. But Prabhupada told every land, sea belongs to God. And then he quoted line of one shloka, famous shloka. What is that? Mike.
Ishavasya Nidam Sarvam.
Meaning also he means.
Whole everything belongs to God. God is it.
Haribo. So everything actually belongs to Krishna. But the leaders, they don't know this. That's why they are blind. And they are leading other people also. And blind leading the blind. So there's a Sanskrit phrase for this. Blind leading the blind. What is that? अच्छे से बोलो. Haribo. Yeah, Anda Yatha Andher Upagiyamana. The blind leading the blind, everybody falls in the ditch. So, then Prabhupada quoted one shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, saying that the leaders are very responsible. Why? Because Anda Yatha Andar, if the leader is blind, then he will lead everybody to blind well. That's why they are very responsible. And one shloka Prabhupada quoted, what will happen if they are not responsible?
Said from Bhagavad Gita how Yadyad Acharati Shrishtas Tattadevan. Whatever the leaders do, the common masses follow. So if the leaders are blind, then everybody will be called out.
Haribo. So the leaders don't know what is the goal of life, and they cannot help their followers also. They are struggling against the material nature, which is forcing them. So the material nature is actually forcing real problems on them. So what are the real problems? And what is the root cause of those problems? Prabhupada said. What are the real problems? And these problems are due to what? What are the real problems? Here.
The real problems are birth and death. And
Birth and death.
birth and death.
That's all.
Disease and old age also.
How many?
4. Birth, death, old age and disease.
Old age disease only 2.
Birth, death, old age and disease.
4.
4.
And they are due to because?
Due to bodily consciousness.
They are due to what?
Due to forget the goal.
You are little close. They are due to this material body. As long as your material body, you have birth, old age, disease and death. Haribo. So Prabhupada said, therefore, our real problem is that we have got this material body, but we have no sense that within this material body, I am the spirit soul living. So how to get out of this material body again and revive our spiritual body? So the big leaders, they don't know this. So therefore, Krishna conscious movement is preaching. What Krishna conscious movement is preaching? Yeah, Gita and Bhagavatam, but what we are preaching from Gita and Bhagavatam?
How to get out of this material body and revive this spiritual body is already present. How to revive Krishna consciousness.
Okay. In one statement, Prabhupada told, Krishna conscious movement is preaching dash.
Go back, come back to
Haribo! Krishna conscious movement is preaching back to Godhead. Not go forward for meeting again and again. Birth, old age, disease and death. Like that. And then Prabhupada explained that in the material world, the problem is punar charvita charvananam, chewing the chewed. And then he gave one example of chewing the chewed, that you cannot get any happiness by chewing the chewed. What is that? The mic.
sugar cane.
Explain what is the example.
Once we have chewed the sugar cane, again chewing it, we will not get the same thing out of it. So we are doing the same thing again and again by taking birth.
Haribol. Yeah. So by chewing the what has already been chewed, there is no happiness in that. But when we are engaged in this way, in the laws of material nature, then what happens by engaging in activities under the laws of material nature? Prabhupada quoted one shloka, famous shloka from Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter. He said that something, and he gave an example also, that when we engage in activities in the material world, something happens. What is the shloka? And example. No, when you act in the material world, what happens by that action? And one example for that. Okay, Prabhupada said that when you act in the material world, you infect different modes of material nature. Now can you tell example? What example? Okay, example Jagdish.
Prabhupada says when you get a fever, yellow fever, that indicates that you are infected with the disease.
Yes.
So same way we are infected with the 3 modes.
Yeah. Just like somebody may infect some yellow fever and then the vaccine has to be given. Prabhupada told they came to give me the vaccine. Similarly, there are 3 modes of material nature and we are infecting ourselves with 3 kinds of modes. And because of this 3 kinds of mode, what is happening? What is the result of infection with the 3 modes? What will happen if you get infected with the 3 modes? What is the end result? Give mic.
We are infected by 3 modes of nature, that is Sattva, Rajo and Tamo.
That is all right. But what will happen when you infect the 3 modes? What is the end result?
They will get a different type types of bodies according to their.
And the shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Shloka is important. Yes. Famous shloka.
Karanam Gunasangasya Saraswati.
Hari Om. Karanam Gunasangasya Sadasat Yuni Janmishu. By infecting the three modes of material nature, we get different kind of bodies. And then, yeah. And then Prabhupada gave an example also that in this temple courtyard, I am sitting. And so, what is the example he gave?
For the example of tree, and we are sitting comfortably, but tree has to suffer in the heat, cold all the time, and has to wait for a long time.
Yeah. Yes. Haribol. Prabhupada told that I may be in a very big position, but tomorrow if I am going to be a tree, for example, here I am sitting very comfortably in this room, and just a few hours after there is a tree. He cannot move an inch even. He has to stand there in cyclone, in scorching heat, in everything. Why? We both are living entities. Why he has got this body and I have got this body? I have got a better body. Because it's all because of different infections of modes. Like that Prabhupada explained. So just like Prabhupada gives an example. So because I have infected different modes of material nature, I have been given punishment of being in this body. So now what I should do? And Prabhupada gave an example in this regard. Now what should we do?
Prabhupada gave an example of the person being put in the prison. He should correct his, he should bear it and complete the process, and he should not repeat the mistake again, so he can get out of the prison. Haribo,
very nice. Yeah, just like a criminal who is being put into prison, he should think that I have committed this criminal activity, therefore I have put into this jail or prison life. Somehow or other, let me complete it and let me decide not to commit any criminal acts, so that I may be put again into prison life. This is the intelligence. Similarly, we should educate how we have been put into this material condition life and how we can get out of it, and then again into our spiritual life, back home, back to Godhead, like that. And then Prabhupada told, Durashayare Bahir Arthamanina. So what is the meaning of Bahi? External. Yeah. So Prabhupada then explained the external energy of God means. What happens to someone when he is under the influence of the external energy of God? How does that person think? The external energy of God means although we are eternal, we have to accept different types of body according to our desire, according to our tendency to enjoy this material world. And therefore the facility is given in material world. So this is external energy, and the internal energy, which is the spiritual world. What is the nature of that? Spiritual energy. Spiritual world. In material energy, we have to accept different bodies. So in spiritual world, what is? Yeah, we are eternal servant of Supreme Lord. Haribol. And then Prabhupada told, so therefore we have to transform this material world into spiritual world. And how we can do that? Jagdish.
We can transfer material world into spiritual world when we know that everything is meant for. When we know that everything is meant for Krishna's pleasure.
Little different.
By understanding from authorities.
ऐसा बोलो, माइक सीधा रखो.
By understanding from authorities. By understanding from authorities.
No. No. We can transform material world into spiritual world if
We have only one desire, that is to please the Supreme Lord.
Haribo. Material world can be transformed into spiritual world if you have got only aim to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then it can be transformed into spiritual world. Although the spiritual world is situated separately. Yeah. And then Prabhupada goes on. So then Prabhupada said in the last little bit before, so therefore we have to cultivate real knowledge, not knowledge how to live. So what is the real knowledge that we have to cultivate? What all constitute real knowledge? What all comes under real knowledge?
The soul, the material body, the super soul, our relationship with the Supreme Personality of the Godhead.
Yeah, almost correct. Prabhupada said little Prabhupada's words. That was correct only. Prabhupada told, what is the position of this material world? What is the spiritual world? What is God? And his relationship with our position. This is real knowledge. Not that a knowledge that how to live. Living conditions fulfilled by nature's way. Just like 84 lakhs different forms of living entities. They are not concerned how to eat, how to sleep. They know by nature's arrangement there is already arrangement. So nature has already arranged for everybody. Prabhupada gave an example of one species, particular species regarding this. How everything is arranged for them.
For the example of elephant and
One more. Birds. Elephant and birds. Just like the birds in the morning, they rise up early in the morning, they are not concerned where they will eat. They know there is already arrangement. Similarly, the elephants in Africa, they know God has already arranged for eating 40 kilos at a time. The ants within a room, they know there is already arrangement. So then, so what is the understanding? If God has arranged for all of them, then what should I do in human form of life? Here.
Follow the Shastras, which are the words of God.
Huh?
Follow the Shastras, which are the words of God.
That comes. Okay. Yeah, basically, I should not be. Anyways, so God has made arrangement for everybody. So that's why I should not waste my time. I should make arrangement for real knowledge. Yeah. So, the real knowledge is given in scriptures. And so what is that shloka which Prabhupada quoted? If somebody don't follow the scriptures, what will happen to them? From the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada quoted one line of that shloka. What all things a person will not get if he don't follow the Shastra.
Prabhupada quoted, Yes Shastra Vajnamutsudya Vartate Kamakara Nasa Siddhya Mavaproti Nashantam Na Paramatata. You will not get perfection in this life, nor in the next. No happiness.
Na sukham, na param gatim. Haribol. So therefore, in conclusion, those who are actually leaders of society, what they should be doing? Yeah, leaders of society, what they have to do? Because everything started with leaders, in Kali Yuga. They are not perfect because...
Take knowledge from the perfect man, which is Krishna.
Take knowledge from?
Perfect man, which is Krishna.
Haribol. Yeah, so those who are actual leaders of society, they should be sensible. They should take advice, instructions from the most perfect personality, Krishna, and then adjust things, and then they will be happy. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada. जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, शील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।